If you're absolutely minted and looking for a brand new spanking pair of headphones, then good news, the Beats Solar Pros are here to drain your bank account. They'll cost you 270 quid here in the UK, but they sport the usual snazzy Beats design and full-on active noise cancellation to take on the likes of Sony and Bose's rivals. So here's my full Beats Solar Pro unboxing and review video, and for more on the latest greatest tech, please do plug subscribe and ding that notifications bell. Cheers! So first up, let's see what you actually get in the box. Very funky box opens up. Oh my goodness, it's just collapsing basically. So as usual, get a nifty little carry case just to help protect your Beats Solar Pros when you take them on the road, and it's a lovely soft fabric effort, feels really nice. Of course, we'll add limited protection if you actually like throw the thing against the wall, drop it from a height or anything, but there you go, just don't do that basically. And that just slides on out like so. And yep, of course, because it's Beats, we've got a good bit of lightning cable action in order to charge them. We've got a nice sturdy clip to attach to the case, which is pretty cool. And then if we just work out this instruction manual stuff, so it just tells you exactly how to get started with your Solar Pros. Of course, I imagine it'll be nice and straightforward and simple. You get a bit of sticker action as well, slap that on your cat, and then just the usual warranty gubbins. Right, fast forward almost a full week since I shot the unboxing video, and I've been rocking the Beats Solar Pros as my full-time headphones since then. And I've got to say, definitely impressed. Beats have really turned it around in the last few years. Back in the day, I couldn't stand these things. They were so bass heavy, it would just drown out the rest of the noise. And frankly, they just sort of felt like fashion accessories to me. But you know what? These are a solid pair of headphones, even at that premium price point. Now first up, while the design of these things ain't perfect by any means, as I'll touch on in a sec, the aesthetics you can't really fault. It's your typical Beats look and feel, basically. Very clean, simple affair. Not really much in the way of frills or flair or anything like that, but they look really neat and tidy and very smart. And there's also an absolute slew of colours to choose between, so good luck if you're indecisive. At least there's some nice vibrant affairs on there, so it's not just your usual boring black or white. You can't pick like a bright and vibrant red if you really want to get noticed as you're strutting down the high street. Although obviously if you live in a bit of a dodgy neighbourhood, that's not necessarily a good thing. And the Beats Solar Pros are of course fully adjustable, as you would expect, courtesy of this metal slider encased by a plastic frame. While the materials themselves don't feel particularly premium, I've got no complaints whatsoever as far as the ruggedness and robustness goes. Certainly done plenty of twisting and pulling and yanking and basically abusing the hell out of these things, and as you can see, they're still fully functional, they're still together, not bent or twisted or anything like that. You can actually just shove them in a backpack if you don't want to use the carry case, and don't worry about it, slap your laptop on top, they'll be absolutely fine. I also quite like as well the smart design where basically when you fold up the headphones, they then automatically shut off, so you don't have to worry about fumbling for a power button or anything like that. The only problem there is of course if you're just wearing them around your neck like so, if you've got the likes of the active noise cancellation still active and everything, the headphones are still technically on, they're still draining juice, so you want to be knocking off that noise cancellation just to avoid a lot of battery drain when they're just sat there doing nothing. My only real beef for the design is these dinky tiny little ear cups. They're really well padded, but unfortunately they are so small that they don't completely envelop your ears like some rivals do, not unless you're like the shrunken head guy out of Beetlejuice or something. And that means they're unfortunately pressing on the fleshy outer bits of your ear, whatever the technical medical term for those is, which does get kind of uncomfortable after about an hour and a half, 2 hours of use. And be warned as well that if you wear glasses or sunglasses or anything like that at the same time, then those arms are basically crushed against your ears as well. The effect is even worse. So after about half an hour or so, I was finding it really uncomfortable. Now, as you'd imagine from the whole Apple Beats partnership, the Solar Pros are super simple to pair up with any kind of iOS device. Basically, in pairing mode, stick them anywhere near an iPhone or anything like that, and it'll immediately spring up with a message, hey, do you want to pair with your Beats? Yeah, that'll be fun. And you got full voice activated Siri support and all that shenanigans as well. I tested these with Android devices because that's what I happened to be reviewing at the time, and I found the pairing process again absolutely fine. I did have to actually go into the Bluetooth settings menu, shock horror, and hook it up that way, but it's got full Bluetooth 5.0 connectivity, strong and stable, just like the UK government. No 5.1 support, unfortunately, but as I say, I found the connectivity absolutely fine. Even if I left my phone in one room, wandered to the next, it's still pumped through the music, nice and crisp and clear, and even in busy central London locations, no problems there with any distortion or disarray. And as you'd expect, you get a full set of physical controls here on the Beats Solar Pro, all pretty much concentrated here on the right cup. You won't notice any individual buttons or anything, of course, because it's all neatly integrated into the case in itself. So what you want to do is just give the center of the cup a quick push, and that will play your music. Give it another tap, and that will pause it again. A double tap will skip you forward a song. A triple tap will skip you back. This is where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. If you do a double tap and hold on the second tap, then that will track forward through a song or your audiobook, podcast, whatever you're listening to. And ditto for the triple tap, hold on the third tap, and it will track backwards. That could be a little bit tricky. It's like, oh shit, did I push it 3 times, 4 times? I don't know what's going on anymore. And thankfully you've got full volume controls as well. Basically push up towards the top of the cup and that will be volume up. Push down towards the bottom, that'll be volume down. You can also answer calls, reject calls, all that kind of shenanigans as well. So basically the Beats Solar Pros will do everything you need them to without you having to fumble for your phone constantly. Now for me, the biggest area where Beats has improved over the last few years is a rather vital one, the sound quality. It used to be the case of basically every time I'd review one of these things, the bass would absolutely swamp absolutely everything else, the highs, the mids, it would all just get lost in this distortion. All you would hear is that's my bass impression, by the way. I hope you enjoyed it. That was great, wasn't it? But yeah, fair play to them. The Beats team has clearly worked their socks off in order to improve that sound quality. In fact, I'll just read a little excerpt from the press release to say exactly what these improvements are. So as they put it, a refined driver with optimized diaphragm geometries contributes an exceptional frequency response with lower total harmonic distortion. Yeah, basically they sound really good. But it does have to be said that even though the bass has been toned down somewhat, it's not quite as important as it used to be in the overall sound quality. It definitely gets a starring role, shall we say. So if you like bass, you are basically set. So yeah, the likes of rock music, dance music, hip hop, obviously, you've got that real kick to it. But if you do want to listen to a nice acoustic track, a bit classical, something like that, it covers the full range now, basically, so it will still sound good. And of course, the Beats Solar Pros come with active noise cancellation built in, which you kind of expect at this sort of price point because you're competing with the likes of the Sony WHs, the likes of Bose, stuff like that. And I've got to say, it works incredibly well here on the Solar Pros. Even though they don't completely envelop your ears like most of the rivals do, it works an absolute treat. As soon as you activate the noise cancellation, you'll notice an immediate difference. So everything is dampened, the rumble of traffic, trains, stuff like that, even just people talking all around you, it gets nicely swept away into the background, I guess, and you can just like concentrate on whatever you're doing. It really, really is effective. Is the effect as good as the WH-1000s or the QuietComforts? Yeah, 100%. You don't get much of a hissing sound either that you do with some of the more cheaper ANC efforts either. So yeah, really, really impressed. And you'll also notice a little button here on the underside of the left cup, and a quick push of that will basically reverse the whole ANC effect. So then what will happen is the external mics will amplify everything that's around you, so you'll be able to have a nice conversation with someone, hear an announcement going on, something like that, without having to remove the headphones. That said, it doesn't actually lower the volume of your music or whatever you're listening to at the time when you push that button. So if you're listening to a loud track, you will still have to manually lower the volume as well. And to be fair, by the time you've done that, you might as well just take the bloody things off. I definitely prefer Sony's method on the WH-1000s, basically just cupping your ear, and then it immediately lowers the volume of your track and amplifies the noise all around you, so you don't have to worry about doing anything else. Just cup your ear, have a conversation, uncup, job done. And if you actually press and hold in that button on the lower left cup, then it'll actually deactivate the mics and everything. All that ANC stuff will be out the window, and you'll just be using the Beats Solar Pros as a standard pair of headphones. So that'll obviously prolong the battery life, although I found that even with the ANC constantly active, I got around 20 hours of full-on use from a full single charge. Basically lasted me Monday to Friday with quite a lot of use each day. It's definitely pretty solid as far as the battery life goes. Not as one of the best ones out there. There are headphones from the likes of Audio-Technica, for instance, which will last you longer, but still, 20 hours, that's pretty solid. And then when it is time to charge up again, just got to stick in the old lightning cable, and they power up pretty quick as well. However, you will also notice there is no 3.5mm headphone jack in there, so basically once the battery is dead, that's it. You can't use them as a standard pair of headphones anymore. Boo. So that's what I think of the Beats Solar Pros after using them as my personal headset for a week. As I say, the sound quality is absolutely fantastic, far improved over previous models, that's for sure. The ANC is brilliant as well. The overall design could use a couple of little tweaks here and there, but overall pretty good. So for 270 quid, yeah, they're expensive, and I definitely still prefer the Sonys, I've got to say, for little things like the fact that it's got the 3.5mm headphone jack, it's got that ear cup in action, and it does completely envelop your ears as well. But if you're sold on the Beats brand and you want that extra iOS connectivity functionality, then go for it. So if you too have been using the Beats Solar Pros, definitely let us know your own thoughts and your own little mini review down below. It'd be great to hear from you, and please do subscribe and ding that notifications bell for more on the latest greatest tech. Cheers everyone, love you.